So I am joined tonight by Alyssa Grieco, who is a regional program relationship manager for the Pennsylvania State Treasury, and then Tony Cornaldi of Fund My Future Pittsburgh, which is an initiative of neighborhood allies. So Alyssa will present first and take questions on the state programs, and then Tony will present and take questions after her presentation. So Alyssa, why don't you take us away?
Hi, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. I can find it. There we go. Ooh. There we go. So my name is Alyssa Grieco. I am one of our outreach staffers at the Pennsylvania Treasury, and we offer a couple of consumer programs that are for financial stability and just investing in the future. So I'm going to go ahead and share a couple of those with you. The first one would be Pennsylvania 529 PA 529, and that's our college and career savings program. So this program is a way to save for future educational expenses. We offer two different plans. So we have our guaranteed savings plan and our investment plan, and we'll go deeper into those in future slides. Our 529 plans have significant state and federal tax advantages for contributions made with after-tax dollars, and earnings on withdrawals are tax-free if they're on qualified expenses. And those qualified expenses would include technical, collegiate, apprenticeship programs, as well as K through 12 and student loan repayment, which is only up to $10,000 lifetime. So we'll start with our guaranteed savings plan. Now, this plan allows you to save at today's tuition rates to meet tomorrow's tuition costs. Now, how we like to describe that is our forever stamp. So you're essentially buying credits in this plan, and what we mean by that is with inflation and raising tuition costs, we like to say it's like our forever stamp. So what that means is that if you buy a stamp today at 5 cents, and in 18 years when that stamp is $1, that stamp was only 5 cents when you bought it, and you're able to use it now when the stamp is $1. So you can also select target enrollment date for when you think your child is going to attend college, and the tuition level that you're saving at, which we'll go into deeper later as well. So the nice thing with this plan is that the Treasury manages it completely. And this plan does carry a residency requirement for the account owner or the beneficiary, meaning if a parent or a grandparent lives in Pennsylvania, but the child does not, the parent or the grandparent can still save. Or if the grandparent or parent is out of state, but the child lives in Pennsylvania, they can do that as well. We also have our investment plan, which offers a variety of different investment options, including bonds, stocks, and time-dated funds. With this one, however, we can't guarantee that you would have more money in it when you're ready to spend it than what was originally invested, because this is more stock market based. And this plan does not have a residency requirement. So our qualified expenses range, they're pretty expansive and flexible. So we have collegiate and technical school, as well as apprenticeships, like I had mentioned, and you can also use it for, as well as tuition, room and board, required books or equipment. We also have repayment of student loan up to $10,000 lifetime, and up to $10,000 in tuition annually for K through 12 education, which includes elementary or secondary, public, private, or religious schools. And if I'm going too fast for anybody, just pop something in the chat and let me know. But here are some of our tax advantages that are unique to Pennsylvania residents. So we do have a PA income tax deduction, which is $17,000 per year per beneficiary, or $34,000 if you're filing jointly or you're married. We are exempt from the Pennsylvania inheritance tax, and you have tax deferred growth federally and state tax exempt earnings when you're using qualified expenses, which would be any of those expenses that I just mentioned. You're also protected from bankruptcy and creditors. And the really nice thing is when you're applying for federal financial aid, your assets in your 529 are not counted against you. So this is kind of a bonus to help out and pay for any sort of secondary education for your child. And there's also no income restriction. So we partner with two different programs with PA 529. The first is our Sage Scholars Tuition Rewards. And this makes private colleges more affordable. So this is a point system that helps you build up points that would transfer into scholarships. It's free to join, and it's for private institutions. So there's 450 nationwide, and there's 55 just in Pennsylvania if you're looking to stay in state for school. We also have UGift. So we partner with UGift. They'll generate a code for your account, and you can send this code to family members, friends, and right through that, they can contribute money to this education fund as well. So maybe for a birthday or a holiday, you don't want toys for your child. Maybe a grandparent or a friend can give $20, $50, whatever they want to contribute. They can add that to your account. So I'm going to go a little bit deeper into the differences between the guaranteed savings plan and the investment plan. So these are our tuition levels, which I said that you can save at. So you can select anywhere from community college to Ivy League. And these are some of the schools that would fall under each of these levels. But the nice thing with PA 529 is that it's not just for Pennsylvania schools. So you can use this at any institution that would take FAFSA, which is what you apply for financial aid when your student or your child is going to college. And here it kind of goes over what the actual guarantee is. So this plan guarantees growth on your account contributions that will keep pace with your tuition inflation for your higher education expenses. Like I said, it's our forever stamp. And connecting your account growth to tuition inflation provides beneficiaries a return in line with what their saving goals are, and you're still taking a relatively low risk. And the structure of this helps to insulate people from any adverse shocks that might happen when the market goes up and down. And then a little bit about our investment plan. So our investment plan is structured similarly to anything like a Roth IRA or a 401k, if people here are familiar with that. So it's very much based on the market performance of the underlying investments. We are one of only 14 that are best in class 529 plans in our entire country, and we are one of only 3 plans to upgrade from neutral to silver in just 2 years, and we've sustained that silver rating since 2020. So we're 3 years running with that, and we're going to hopefully keep that going. And then here is just a little bit of an overview of everything that I just said. So what you can use your funds for, what you can save toward. It's very easy to contribute from your bank account or paycheck. And we have all of these special tax benefits for PA residents. And this is just a steady and strategic way to save for your education expenses and prepare the children of this state for future success. Quickly, I'm just going to go through Keystone Scholars. So this program is really cool because every baby that's born January 1st of 2019 or after, the state puts $100 into an education investment fund for them. We would mail, you'd get a letter in the mail for letting you know that this account has been activated, and it's completely free to claim. It's the state's way of investing in your children's future. And withdrawals of the funds must happen from the ages of 18 to 29. So that prime age where you would expect children to go to school. And those would roll over into a 529 account for use. The nice thing is this plan is funded without taxpayer dollars, but it's through our surplus earnings in our guaranteed savings plan fund. And even though you're unable to contribute directly, we do offer programs for faith-based and other entities that are willing to put money in that Keystone account for you. So it's kind of, we're giving you guys an opportunity to save on your own for your child, but now for all of our future children that are coming into this state, we are, as the state, we're raising, or we're investing money in their future as well. And one of the big things is that children with education savings are 3 times more likely to enroll in college and 4 times more likely to graduate. So even just having these accounts, there's a statistic likelihood that your child would be more apt to pursue education past high school. Sorry, I know I'm going through this a little bit quickly, but I want to make sure I can get everything in so you guys can ask any questions you may have. We offer PA Able. So this is our specialized savings account for individuals with disabilities. So this program is pretty cool because it provides eligible individuals with qualified disabilities and their families and friends to save. They gives them a way to save. So this is a tax-free way for Pennsylvanians to save for disability-related expenses, and those are pretty expansive. We do have a very wide range of what those qualified expenses would be. And you're also able to maintain your government disability benefits. So you're not jeopardizing your needs-based benefits. You can also save up to $17,000 annually and up to $100,000 or more without impacting those government benefits. And these funds are completely easy to access, and we'll go into those a little bit later as well. So some of our benefits with this plan are that your needs-based benefits are protected, including Medicaid, and SSI or SSDI. There are some limitations with some of the expenses, but you're still protected. So PA Able protects Pennsylvania benefits. So that's health, disability, and student financial, student finances. So if you're applying for college and you have an Able account, this wouldn't be counted against you. There's no federal or PA income tax on the growth in the account, and the entire account is exempt from inheritance tax in Pennsylvania, and contributions can be deducted annually from PA income tax up to $17,000. And your withdrawals are not subject to taxation if they're used for a qualified disability expense. So some common uses for PA Able accounts are housing, basic living expenses, transportation, assistive technology, education, healthcare, prevention and wellness, and more. So like I said, it's very expansive. Basic living expenses could be something like groceries. Assistive technology could be something like a hearing aid or a handicap accessible vehicle. And we also do housing. There are some limitations with SSI and SSDI. So one of those would be that when you withdraw money, when you're on SSI or SSDI for housing, you have to use it in the same month it's withdrawn. So if your rent is due September 1st and you pull out money August 29th, you have to make sure that you pay that early in August, and you don't wait till September 1st to pay that. So that is one of the stipulations with housing with the SSI and SSDI. So contributing to Able accounts, you can contribute up to $17,000 per year to an individual account. So anybody can contribute, but if you yourself are contributing to this account and you contribute $12,000, other people contributing can only contribute $5,000 because $17,000 is that cap. So it's collective. The account owners would be able to save up to $100,000 without losing SSI. All others can save more than $500,000. So this is a pretty great way to save. Some account owners who are employed can contribute above this cap without negative impacts, and this would be through our Able to Work Act. So that allows people to save at whatever is less, so either your salary or the poverty line. So right now the poverty line, it's 30,000 and change. So if your salary was $25,000 a year, then you would be able to save up to $25,000 with the Able to Work Act. If you were making $35,000, you would be able to save up to the poverty line, which is $30 or 30,000 and change. And then your SSI and SSDI would be able to be directly deposited into this account. And families can also roll over a 529 account into an ABLE account without any tax consequences. So that's a great thing too, because if you go to college and you have all this extra money laying around, but you also have an ABLE account, you can roll those over or open an ABLE account and roll that over. And your funds that are saved in an ABLE account don't count as income when you're determining your eligibility for any of your federally means tested benefits. So these are some really great benefits, and you're able to save a lot higher than that $2,000 threshold where a lot of people are sitting at. So for eligibility, to be eligible for an ABLE account, you must have a qualifying disability that started before the age of 26. So prior to your 26th birthday, that's when the onset of the disability had to have occurred. However, in 2026, we are expanding that age to 46. So this will become even more expansive and will serve a much larger quantity of people in the next few years. We usually say that we always say that if you're receiving SSI or SSDI, you would automatically be eligible to open one of these accounts, but you're also able to self-certify. So when you're self-certifying, we don't ask ever for a diagnosis to be presented to us. We ask that you have one in case we would ever need to request it. And another thing we ask is that when you are making payments or expenses, anything of that nature, that you always keep your receipts in case you are ever audited. So usually when you're self-certifying, we ask that it be something that would have a long-term effect on you. So if you tear your ACL and you're out for 10 months, you can't work, that's not a qualifying disability that would certify you for this program. So there's definitely room there for people to determine whether or not they're able to open an ABLE account. And we also have our helpline. So if you were to ever have any questions, you could always reach out to us and ask our call center with any concerns or questions you may have. And let me just go back really quick, because one thing that I do want to say is that with this program, we do offer 7 different investment options when you're putting your money in here. And the nice thing is one of those options is actually a checking account. So you would be able to have an actual debit card that you could pay on the spot with for some of these expenses rather than having to make those withdrawals in a different way. Lastly, I'm just going to quickly run over what unclaimed property is. So 1 in 10 Pennsylvanians have unclaimed property, and we're trying to return about $4.5 billion of money that we have to the rightful owners. So unclaimed property is not physical property. It's actually money. So it's any forgotten check or uncashed check, items in an expired safe deposit box, money that's held by an insurer for a life insurance policy, dividends from stocks, bonds, commissions, anything like that, or bank accounts. After 3 years of dormancy, if the owner has not, been active with this account at all, it'll get sent over to the Treasury where we hold it. Now, with that, you're able to just go on our website and look up your name, see if you have anything, and claim it right on our website. So it's pretty cool. It's always good to check. I always recommend people to check married name, maiden name, and parents, because if your parents are deceased, and there's something there, then the executor of the will could claim that from their parents. So it's always a great thing. It's kind of fun to go on and see if you may have anything. But I open this up now to questions. My name is right there with my email, so feel free to jot that down. And if you think to help you with whatever you need. And then we also have our call center there. Tony got her money, so that's great.
I'll get us started with a question while people think of what theirs are. If someone submitted this in the registration, how does a 529 plan work if a child decides not to go to college or do any specialized training after high school?
So you can take out your money. It is your money. There would be you would incur some taxes just because it's not being used for a qualified expense. Like I said, you can roll it over into an ABLE account if that is something that you're interested in. But a great thing about 529 is that you can add multiple beneficiaries. You can change beneficiaries. So maybe your student or your child decides they don't want to go to college. Maybe you want to go back and take a couple classes. You already have the money saved up. You could change that to yourself for yourself. And depending on how old your children are, you could change the beneficiaries and continue saving for when you have grandkids and keep that money there. So there's a couple of different options that you have.
Great.
I wanted to ask a question about that same thing. Am I correct when, let me see, is retirement and like adding those monies to your retirement? Can you do that too? Like if your child decides they don't want to go, you can use that money to put towards your retirement funds?
So I believe that there is, I don't believe it's gone into effect yet, but there is talk about it being able to be rolled over into a Roth IRA.
Okay, yeah.
Will a 529 account impact a person's or a child's opportunities to get scholarships in college?
Your financial aid, you may have to disclose your 529, but it wouldn't be counted against you. And a lot of times, I mean, I don't know specifically how all scholarships work at different colleges, but I know that there's different types of scholarships that are offered. So it could be, merit based. It could be based on financial need. So I think it kind of depends on what scholarship you're looking for. But I don't believe that would be something that would affect you. I know with a scholarship I received, it was an academic one, and it wasn't based on my family or my financial status at all.
Thanks. And then Angel put something in the chat. Is there an age requirement? It didn't say. Angel, I don't know if you want to specify which program you're thinking of for the age requirement for the 529. I guess either to open or to take your money out. Any age requirements there?
So it is a bank account, so you would have to be 18 to open it. But if you're opening it for your children, nobody's telling you that they have to be under 5 years old or over 16. You're able to start this whenever you'd like. And I mean, like I said, you could keep it open when you're saving for grandchildren that may not even exist yet. I know that there's a lot of people that continue to leave it open and save for their future grandchildren.
All right, one last one from registration since there's none in the chat. How can you check if a child in your life has an account because they may have signed up, but they're not sure?
So my best bet would be, I can't see accounts. So I don't have a database that I can plug your name in and check for you. But our call center is phenomenal. The people that are in there, I mean, they can pull up accounts, they can look you up, they can, walk you through that process. So my best advice would be to call that number that's on this screen right now, write it down, call our call center, and they would be able to let you know, or if they don't know, then direct you to the correct person that would be able to.
Right.
And just additionally, if nobody has any extra questions tonight, like I said, my email is there, but you can also go to patreasury.gov, look at our programs. We have fact sheets on all of our different programs. So a question you may come up with in the future may be on our website, or it could be directed to me so I can get that answer for you. All right, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Take it away, Tony.
So this is Fund My Future PGH, and we are a children's savings program. As a matter of fact, we are the only children's savings program in Allegheny County. So what is Fund My Future PGH? As I just mentioned, we are the only children's savings program available to families throughout Allegheny County. We're prize linked every month. Once the individual is completely enrolled, they will receive monthly raffle tickets for a prize pool of over $2,000. And we are an initiative of Neighborhood Allies, which also includes other initiatives such as Still Smiling, Digital Inclusion, and I personally offer notary services for all Fund My Future PGH participants. We provide in-person and virtual presentations such as this one, and we couldn't do any of this without the support of our community partners. So here's our vision and beliefs. And I love this picture. It always brings a smile to my face. But we see children and their families taking the practical steps that transform aspirations into reality and builds confidence in the future. We see children graduating from high school familiar with the practice and power of saving. They're not waiting until after graduation. They're already graduating with the knowledge. And we believe that saving is an American problem. Everyone in America, believe it or not, has a problem with saving. And it's not just a poor person's problem, it's everyone's problem. And we believe in equitable resource allocation. That's where we level the playing field. And I'm out in the community providing information to families in various communities. And our program is based on solid research. As you heard from Alyssa, the research has shown that children with savings accounts in their names, they're 3 times more likely to go to college and 4 times more likely to graduate. So that is why we do what we do. So here's our team, Fund My Future team. It's myself and Sarah Dillman Perry, who is the Director of Economic Opportunity. And we both work for Neighborhood Allies, where I oversee Fund My Future. So now that you know what Fund My Future is, here is what we do, how it works, right? It's very easy to sign up. All you have to do is sign up at our website, which is fundmyfuturepgh.org. You want to click on Take the Pledge when you're there. And then you enter your information, your email address, and just basic information so that we can stay in contact with you and either help you set your goal to saving or remind you to make a deposit. And then you must be 18 years and older. So no one under the age of 18 can enroll. And once you're enrolled, you will start to receive raffle tickets if you have a savings account. You can sign up with a savings account for your child, or you can sign up without a savings account for your child. If you were to sign up with a savings account for your child, you are done. All you have to do now is sit back and wait to receive those raffle tickets and wait for your chance to win. But if not, we'll help you set goals. And then you also have to make a deposit of at least $1 every single month. No withdrawals at all. If you were to make a withdrawal, then you will not be eligible to win if your ticket number was to come out. Every month, enrollees receive a raffle ticket on the 20th of every month. That is your unique individual raffle ticket assigned just to you. And then you also receive monthly reminders to save. Everyone loves the reminders. Whenever I talk to the winners, that's the one thing that they like is the reminders. And there are 30 chances to win every single month, with one of those chances being for a $1,000 winner, where if you were to win, you will receive a check in the amount of $500 once everything is verified. And then the other $500 will be deposited into a 529 for the child. And these are some of our in-person event opportunities. As you can see from my Future PGH, we had our table right there. This was an event at Beverly's Birthdays. That's another great partner organization that we partner with. We help you to complete the initial enrollment process. So you have that assistance right on the spot. And there are times when we are accompanied by a financial institution. And if there's an opportunity for a neighborhood partners to join in with us, neighborhood allies partner to join in with us, then we will bring that partner with us. We've been known to bring Still Smiling with us for mental health support services, and that really works well when we're out in the community. And we always have on-the-spot giveaways whenever we're out and about, and families get a chance to win raffle prizes as well. And then we have our virtual sessions, such as this one, but we have a 3-part saving series in addition to the webinar services. We have a 3-part saving series, which is typically hosted by the community organization. And most times, the community organization that's hosting it, they offer an initial deposit incentive, which is a great way to help families start that initial savings account for that special child in that person's life. And then as part of the 3-part savings series, we have a financial institution would do a portion of the 3-part savings series. And then we would have a community organization do another portion of the 3-part savings series. And then we love to also have trivia games at the end of our 3-hour savings series, giving families an opportunity to win a prize. The most recent thing that we've included and implemented with Fund My Future PGH is our on-the-go field trips. This is designed to give students hands-on banking experience where they hear from a variety of banking employees, and they get to ask questions and hear the responsibility entail in all these positions that's held. And for some students, this is their very first time in an actual financial institution. And then it also gives the financial institution the opportunity to build relationships early on with these students, which can turn out to be lifelong relationships. And these can be done in person, and there are some financial institutions that can do these virtually. With technology, we can do things, which is amazing. And we were excited. The kiddos were, our first set of students to go was a student, and they really enjoyed the trip very soon. Another aspect of the Fund My Future PGH program is our parent ambassador group. What I love to say about Fund My Future parent ambassadors is this is a very dedicated and committed group of families. Our parent ambassador groups meet every other month, beginning in September, totaling 6 months for the year. It's a very supportive savings group where parents share their own savings experiences with others. And they also contribute to the content of the meetings and requesting guest speakers. And in some cases, some of our own parent ambassadors are presenters. We actually have a parent ambassador who is also an ambassador for the National Disability Institute. And she did a great presentation on the ABLE program. So that was very, very beneficial to our parent ambassador group, just to hear in a setting of a very small, intimate group. And every year we have our end of the year cookout, which is so nice. The families come together and we just reflect on what was done in the previous year. And the parents also receive a very, very small stipend. And I also would like to include that we also have parent volunteers who assist at community events that are really large events. They just come out and they just are hands-on and help us get the families enrolled and answer questions for families because they're very knowledgeable of the program. So in May, we celebrated our 10th year anniversary. This was a huge celebration, and we really appreciated every single person that was there. We recognized individuals, and it's important to Fund My Future to celebrate families for this commitment of saving. Saving is not an easy thing to do, and we totally understand that. That is why we are committed to celebrating our families for saving. Our first celebration was held in 2019, and we continue to celebrate every year our families saving for their children's future. We believe in celebrating, and on the lines of celebrating, today I had a celebration at a community partner, which was Pittsburgh Lincoln Elementary School, because they had the 5,000th enrollee, and we celebrated that. The kiddos were so excited, and we heard from the superintendent and the principal of that school, and it was just a wonderful time just to see families celebrating in that moment. Because they have a school that is committed to saving and making sure to keep that reminder in front of the families and the children who are in attendance. So that was one. We believe in celebrating, especially when it comes to saving, because in these times when families take out the time to save, we know that it truly is a commitment. And here it is. This is our 5K campaign that we started because of the school that got us there. So we have a social media campaign that's going on now. So for those of you, excuse me, I'm losing my voice. For those of you who would like to participate in the campaign, you can do that just by posting a photo like these families did and sending it to us at info. You would send it to info@fundmyfuturepgh.org. And when you send that to us, a photo of yourself holding something that's Fund My Future PGH. And if you want to get creative, if you haven't gotten out to get any Fund My Future PGH swag, take a picture. Just draw a picture of Fund My Future PGH. Take a picture with it and send it to us at the email info@fundmyfuturepgh.org. And just put your name on it, your first and last name, and just let us know. You give us permission to share your photo on social media, and we'll do this social media campaign, and your name will be included in the raffle drawing that we're going to hold on November the 1st. So you have up until October the 31st to get those photos in. We love to see the photos of everyone holding swag. Everyone's so excited to be saving, and we love winners. So on November 1st, we're going to have an additional winner who's going to win a $100 Visa gift card for being a part of the 5K campaign. And here are some photos of some of our past winners that we've had. One of them being the $1,000 winner, this young lady right here, she was one of the $1,000 winner. But as of April, these are our numbers, and they're approximate numbers. We've had a total of 14,800 total amount payout, but that was as of April of 2023. That number has grown, and I can attest to that because we just had another $1,000 winner. So congratulations. We love when our families win, because our families win because they're saving. As long as they save $1 a month at least, they get a chance to win either $1,000 or $50 every single month. They get raffle tickets for a chance to win $1,000 or $50. And we love when our families win. They get so excited. We do stories, and they, a lot of families say, wow, I didn't think I was going to win. And they win. And we love it, and we get excited. So special promotions such as the 5K promotion, we have one specifically for PA Able account holders. Yes, you heard me right. If you are holding a PA Able account, if you have a PA Able account for your child who is under 18, and you are enrolled in Fund My Future PGH, then you will receive not one, but 2 raffle tickets only in the month of December. This is the only time we're going to do it. It's in the month of December. In the month of November, you will receive 2 raffle tickets for a chance to win on December 1st. Let me repeat that again. In November 20th, when raffle tickets are dispersed, you will receive not one, but 2 raffle tickets only for Able account holders. You must notify us. You must tell us that you are an Able account holder, and you must be enrolled in Fund My Future PGH in order to be entered in this special drawing that's only happening in December of 2023. Again, you must have both. So if you already have an Able account holder, if you already have an Able account for your child who is under 18 with a qualifying disability, then you can just enroll in fundmyfuturepgh.org and just take the pledge. And by the end of this presentation, you'll be completely enrolled, and you will be receiving 2 tickets for a chance to win in December. And that will be a chance to win $1,000 from PA Able and $1,000 from Fund My Future PGH. So this is only going to happen once. So we're really excited to be presenting this opportunity. If you would like to see me and a representative from the Pennsylvania Treasury in person, you can do that tomorrow, because we're going to be at the waterfront tomorrow, because there's going to be a presentation about Able, all about disability stuff, and they're going to have breakfast and lunch provided. It's going to be done by Achieva. So that's going to be a great place for you to go tomorrow in person at the waterfront at the AIU building at 8:30 in the morning. If you would like to come in person, please let me know. I'll put some information about that in the chat as well. But you will still, if you were to open an Able account and join Fund My Future, once again, you'll be eligible for that special raffle. So this is just additional information about the special promotion that we have. You would just go on, this is the instructions. You would go to fundmyfuturepgh.org, click take the pledge, enter your information, not the child. Sometimes people say, oh, am I supposed to put my child's information in there? No, it's just your information that you are to put in there, not the child's. Oh, excuse me. And once you put that information in there, then you just want to complete the information on there. And when you finish the first section, you want to click next, which will take you to the next page because there is another page. And just make sure that you keep both boxes checked at the very end. There's 2 boxes that are checked. You want to keep those boxes checked because that's what allows us to send you the raffle tickets. And that's what allows us to stay in touch with you, to send you reminders. And once you've completed everything and you click submit, you'll receive an email with a confirmation letting you know that you are enrolled. And oh, I just noticed I have to include the rest of my number, 412-514-3257. And that is who you would, that number takes you directly to me. That is my direct cell phone number. I'll make sure to put that in the chat as well. And here's a photo with a quote. We love to get quotes from our families who are in Fund My Future PGH. And this right here is from a parent. Her name's Kiki. And she just said that Fund My Future PGH is a good way to show her children the value of savings. And I thought that was a really good quote because she feels that there is a lot of value in savings, and that it can go a very, very long way. And I am done. This is if anyone has any questions, but I'll leave this page up for now so that you can get my email, my cell phone, and my other number.
Yeah. So if anyone has questions, again, start typing them in the chat or bring yourself off mute if you would like. Tony, I'm going to ask you a question that I had also asked to Alyssa. Is there a way to check and see if a person has already signed up with you and have an account with you?
Yes, if a person wants to check to see if they're already in the program, they can email me, of course. They can always email me at tony@neighborhoodallies.org, but they can also attempt to enroll in the program. So if they were to go to the sign up page from My Future PGH and enroll, but then they would have to complete all the other steps on that first page. And when they hit submit, it won't let them go to the second page if they are enrolled. Or they can just email me, whichever one they feel to do.
Yes, again, a similar question. At what age could a kid be able to access the accounts? But from what I'm hearing, it's their own bank account that they've set up that they're then funding into and letting you all know that they've done that. So it should work like any bank account. Am I correct?
Yes, it should. And just for clarity purposes, the account is actually established by the adult. So the adult establishes that savings account for the child. And just for another clarity purpose, this can be done for any child. It can be a grandparent opening up a savings account for a grandchild, or an aunt opening up for a niece or nephew. It can be any adult who is opening it up for the child, but the child's name must be assigned to that account. And it all depends on the financial institution too, because there is a difference if you go with a credit union or a bank. If you open it up with a bank, then the child won't have access to those funds. But with a credit union, I believe there is a certain age when they could have access to the funds. So if you were to go that route, you want to definitely make sure that you're having conversations with the child, because they need to understand money management and things of that nature. So yes. And one last thing too, the child's name must be on the account. That's because sometimes we get families who say, oh yeah, I'm saving for my child. I put money in the bank every month for my child. And then when I ask the magic question, well, is your child's name on that account? They say no. I said, okay, no worries. We can help you. We can help you get that established. And we're really committed to that because of the research. The research has shown children with bank accounts in their names, there's a connection with the account being in their names that makes it more meaningful. So they're more likely to go to college, and then 4 times more likely to graduate. So we really stress that.
All right. If you have questions, please, we still have a couple minutes. Bring yourself off mute, start typing as I do my little wrap up here. Oh, I got a question. Can I open an account for an unborn child and provide the name later?
Well, I know that with the banks and the credit unions, they need to see documentation, especially a social security number, and that can't be provided until a child is here. And they also need the name of the child. Not to say the parent doesn't know what they're going to name the child, but they just need to see the name. But correct me if I'm wrong, Alyssa, but with Keystone Scholars, which is for families who, for parents who have babies born in 2019 and after, January 1st, 2019 and after, you can get $100 for that baby in your belly. If you're carrying a baby right now, you can sign up right now to get that money when the baby is born, but they can start the process now, I think, right?
So the account isn't actually created until the baby is born. But it would be for every baby, and you're able to claim it at any point to receive it. So right now that cutoff age is about 4 and under, because it did just start in 2019, and then obviously it'll start to kind of get to school age students and go from there. But no, that account isn't created until the baby is born, because it's created automatically for the baby. It's not something that people sign up to do. It's something that people have to claim, if that makes sense.
Right, but the account is created after the baby is born, after they provide proof, not only after the baby is born, but you have to provide the numbers on the birth certificate, because that child had to have been born in Pennsylvania. But they can pre-sign up while the baby's in their tummy. We've seen that on the website, unless that has changed.
Oh, I mean, it could be. That hasn't been something that I've discussed with anybody, but if that's something that you've seen, then I'm sure it is. I mean, I'm learning today too. Look at that.
Yeah, like tons of families, new mom babies. Oh yeah, because it prompts them to enroll now while the baby's in your bum, but you have to complete the process
right
after you have the baby. It's not done, but it's kind of getting that one thing out the way. So because that once you're a new mom, you're going to be so busy trying to figure out how this thing goes, So it's kind of giving you a jump start, but the account isn't created, but it kind of gets it there for you, get it started.
Yeah,
that's great. All right, we had one more question in the chat. If you have more than one child and you're opening an account, is the account joint with both children listed, or does each child need to have their own individual account?
That was a really good question. So each child needs to have their own individual account. So you would need to do that for, let's say Joey and, Tootie. both of them have to have their own account, and you have to bring in their own social security numbers. Each child is assigned their own because it's personalized. It really makes them feel so good to have their own. They're seeing their name associated with it. And I think that has a lot to do why the research, the outcome of the research, it's very meaningful, and it's personal. This is my account. It has my name on it, and it's my money.
Right. All right. We are right at 7 o'clock. So as a reminder, everyone who registered, you're going to get an email later this week with the recording. I'll have some of the contact information in that email in case you want to contact these lovely people. There will also be a survey in there with a link. We just like to know how everything went tonight. Did you learn anything? Any comments for any future events that will be shared with Tony and Alyssa? So hopefully you have wonderful things to say. Everyone who responds to that survey will be entered to win a $25 gift card. So a nice little boost to help some savings or budget or whatever you have. Thank you, Tony and Alyssa, for being here tonight. It was wonderful to hear this information. It was a refresher for me, and I hope everyone on the call learned things. So thank you for being here.